It is clear that a simple expansion of education systems does not always benefit the poor, particularly where the quality of education is very low. In rural African schools, there are generally I added to this 4 main challenges, I would say. One, I've mentioned, poverty. The second, instability. Third, a lack of what? Qualified teaching staff. And the fourth one that I usually add to the list that people talk about is a lack of materials, resource materials, books. 50% of the population of most countries by 2050. Youth. Are we preparing these young people to become what? The leaders. So we need to be focusing on that, and that's one of the things that through the U.S. government education program that we are. But we must keep in mind, as we focus in on these youth, that the focus must be cross-sectoral.
Yes, so the context is that Africa has to look at the fact that globalization of the economy is on, diversification in culture. Africa is perhaps the most diverse continent culturally. Information explosion, increase in competition, replacement of human labor by machines. We are taking steps to reverse this, create a framework for a lot of people from the diaspora and even indigenous Africans who live in Africa to participate in science and technology, establish collaborations across the board, and help drive African economies up so that the governments can be more stable. Of course, the governments have the role of providing goods and services for their citizenry, and that is enabled by economic development, and non-investment of intellect has been one of the major problems in African economic development plans.
And I'm an educator, so this is my forum. And there was a time in this country that your way up and out was through education. So Horace Mann, another great leader in education and also a former member of Congress in, can you believe, 1827 to 1833 said, "Education then and beyond all other devices of human origin is the great equalizer of the conditions of men and the balanced will of the social machinery."
Question is no longer whether NGOs should play a role in the educational sector, but what role and how to play it to improve access to and quality of basic education while being seen as efficient. In other words, we have to be efficient. We must be seen to be accountable.
It could be something that is a stopgap measure that gets knowledge creation to occur in young and youthful minds while we build a more effective structure for the system that will eventually serve all. That's what I'm saying, the role of the private sector. It is everybody from beginning to end, and we're all responsible to each other. And that's the dawning knowledge within the industries about how we have to go about our business. No one here has talked about the triple bottom line. There is the economic bottom line, but there's also a sustainability, an environmental sustainability, and a social obligation to the members of our value chain. So that enables people to consider how important it is to strengthen all members.